Once upon a time, in a bustling town, a merchant supported his family by selling salt. He had a wife and 2 sons. The elder son was shy, hesitant to speak, always quiet in crowds. The younger son was confident, outgoing, easily connecting with others. People often called the elder son foolish for his reserved nature, some even taking advantage of his innocence. Yet he never complained, silently enduring. The merchant, frustrated by his elder son's timidity, often scolded him harshly, wounding the boy's self-esteem. As the elder son grew, his lack of confidence hindered his education. During exams, fear blocked his answers, and learning was a struggle. When he became a young man, his father asked him to help with the family business. Afraid of disappointing his father, he agreed, but his nervousness led to mistakes, fueling his father's anger. One day, while the merchant was away, cunning men came to the shop, claiming, "Your father sent us to take all the salt sacks to the city." The young man hesitated, too timid to question them, and before he could react, they took everything. When his father returned to an empty shop, he was furious. "You fool, you let them steal everything. You've caused me a great loss. Get out of my sight and never return." Devastated, the young man felt crushed. His father's rage, the town's laughter, and his own helplessness made him feel worthless. Heartbroken, he wandered to the riverbank, overwhelmed with shame, thinking life had no purpose. He prepared to jump into the cold water. Just then, a young disciple passing by saw him and pulled him back. The young man shouted, "Why did you save me? My life is useless. I can't do anything right." The disciple replied gently, "Life is given only once. If you live, you can overcome failure and find confidence. But if you give up, you'll never know what you're capable of." The young man shared his sorrows. "I'm shy, weak. My father hates me. I have no education, and people call me a fool. Do I even deserve to live?" The disciple smiled. "My teacher can't answer you. Come with me." At first, the young man refused, but after much persuasion, he followed to a saint's ashram, where a great tree stood. The saint sat meditating beneath it, radiating peace. They bowed before him. Seeing the saint, the young man burst into tears. "You're my last hope. If you can't help, I'll end my life." The saint asked softly, "Why are you crying, my child?" The young man poured out his story, his shyness, his father's harsh words, the town's mockery, and his failures. The saint listened carefully, then said, "I have a solution, but first, follow my instructions for 3 days. If you complete them, your life will change." Desperate for hope, the young man agreed. On the first day, the saint said, "Speak to 10 strangers, ask about their lives, and write down their answers." Terrified, he hesitated but followed. Some ignored him, others were rude, but he persisted. By evening, he'd spoken to 10 people and made a few friends. Proud, he reported to the saint. On the second day, the saint said, "Teach 10 young students about the importance of water." Shocked, he protested, "I have no education, how can I teach?" The saint smiled. "The children don't know you feel uneducated. Share what you know." Trembling, he stood before the students, explained 5 uses of water, then fled. Returning, he said, "I was scared, but I did it." The saint replied, "Try again." This time, he spoke with more confidence, and by the end, his fear was gone. The saint praised him. "You're braver than you think." On the 3rd day, the saint gave the hardest task. "Go to your father and ask for forgiveness, promising to prove your worth." Terrified, he cried, "No, he'll never forgive me. I can't face him." The saint said firmly, "If you refuse, I can't give you the solution." Gathering all his courage, the young man returned home, knelt before his father, apologized, and vowed to try harder. Seeing his son's change, the merchant, moved, forgave him, and gave him another chance in the business. Returning to the saint, the young man asked for the secret to success. His saint smiled. "You found it. Your greatest enemy wasn't shyness, it was fear. People see you as you present yourself. Even if you feel weak, act with confidence, and no one will doubt you. True strength comes from believing in yourself." Tears of gratitude fell as he bowed. "I understand. I won't let fear control me. I'll prove I'm capable." Years later, that young man became a respected businessman, known for his confidence and wisdom. Confidence, ISNT, something we reborn with. It's built through small steps of overcoming fear. Even the shyest person can become strong by believing in themselves. Fear and self-doubt can hold us back, but courage and persistence change everything. The young man thought he was doomed to fail, But by overcoming fear, he transformed his life. Confidence grows when we step beyond our comfort zones. The world sees us as we present ourselves. Believe in yourself. Take small steps, and you'll find strength you never knew you had. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel to discover more lessons about confidence and overcoming fear. Comment yes if you felt this message, and live with courage and belief.